Spellbound is a femtastical, actual play D&D podcast. It follows the adventures of Princess Theia, the human sorceress, played by Lydia.r.miller.
Toast! Alright guys, that's what I had to offer. Goodbye.
Delaelia, the elven ranger, played by Kelsea Botwinick-Haruza.
You missed me, champ.
Feliks, the gnome fighter, played by Rebecca Munoz.
Bill is dog. Bill is safe.
And me, your DM, Emma Carter. Hello, hello. Welcome back, listeners. We have an extra long episode for you today, mostly because we are reaching the climax of our current arc, our current quest. So I'm going to jump right in. When last we left our heroes, they'd entered their destination, the Temple of Kildora, goddess of nature. After springing a trap and fighting a skeleton, our heroes were trying to determine the significance of 4 murals within the temple. Before they could, however, poor Feliks found himself enthralled by a mysterious voice, urging him to steal a shiny emerald. How will our heroes deal with this problem? Where is this tar water they're supposed to have contacted? And where is Prince Dashing? I don't know. I mean, I do, but you don't yet. So let's find out together. I will see you in the story.
So Feliks, you hear this voice again. It says, "Yes, Feliks, take that. Take the gem. It's so pretty. It's so shiny."
And your body goes over to the wall and you grab the little emerald and you it's kind of stuck in there, but you keep pulling. And I think about this time, Delaelia and Theia, you realize Feliks isn't right behind you. And Feliks, you pull, and then whoop, it comes out of the stone, and you've got this shiny little emerald in your hand. And then,
Oh no.
the floor underneath you
Oh no.
slides away.
What?
Oh no.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to not fall in the pit.
Dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 16.
Oh, so close.
I can use my inspiration.
You can.
Okay, and what's that a roll of? A D.
You got a D6, and then you can add whatever you roll.
That's 17. I rolled a 1.
I'm so upset.
Feliks, you're so close, Feliks. I think what happens is the floor beneath your feet starts to slide away, and Feliks wobbles forward and back, and I think he steps back, and for a second it looks like he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm okay," and then the floor slides out just a little bit more, and he falls into the pit. Roll 1d4 bludgeoning damage for me for just falling into this pit. 3. Okay, so Feliks, you take 3 points of damage, and now you are sitting at the bottom of a 10-foot pit with a green emerald in your hand.
Just healed you.
I'm sorry. Look,
I used up a spell slot for you.
sorry. Like, he's got very low, intelligence and wisdom, and he's kind of easily manipulated. This is just kind of how it would go.
Also,
fair.
Lydia, you got your spell slot back, remember? Because we retconned that you guys all just had full health.
But you should feel guilty.
I do feel
Yeah, I would have.
So I obviously hear the rumble. So I run back in and see the whole Feliks, are you okay?
Yeah. My butt
Do you
hurts,
see
but
anything?
I'm fine.
Is there anything that you can see in there that you should attend to before I get you out?
Perception check?
It's just a hole. It's just a hole. It doesn't look like anyone was trying to hurt whoever fell into this hole. It looks like they were just trying to get them in a hole.
It's just a hole. I fell in a hole.
How deep is
it?
Like 10 feet.
Oh, okay. So I tie my rope around my waist and throw it the other side in to him.
Cool. Feliks, make a strength check to climb up or do you want to climb? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I do.
So make a strength check.
15.
All right, so Feliks, you are able to get out of the hole thanks to Delaelia. You're able to pull yourself up. So now you're out of the hole.
And Feliks is just kind of looking like a little embarrassed. So I'm not sure what that was about. Sorry.
How did that happen? How did that happen to you?
And Feliks, you hear a voice in your head say,
Don't tell them the truth. Lie. Tell them it was something else.
I think I stepped on something. Like maybe another trap. I mean, I've already stepped on one. Clumsy me. I wasn't looking where I was going.
Oh, no. I mean, they're everywhere. It's not your fault.
Okay, let's check out this other door. If you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fine. A little sore, but I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll recover.
Well, let us know if it gets worse.
Will do. And Feliks pockets the emerald.
all right.
Disappointed.
So you guys go to the other room.
I took a rock from the temple, but nothing happened to me.
You took a rock, not an emerald that a voice whispered to you to take.
Mine's just a very shiny rock. A shiny rock that talks in my head.
So you go into this other room. So you enter this other room. Sorry,
Carefully. Can we just carefully go into this room?
Yes.
So carefully.
I will actually, so you guys are being super careful. I'm not even gonna make you roll because as you enter this room, you see on the floor are the bones of what looks like a jackal. It looks like a jackal skeleton, totally skeleton, not a zombie, with an arrow lodged in its skull. And you can assume that there was a trap in this room, but that at some point, some other creature triggered that trap and got hit in the head. So, and this room, it's smaller than the other rooms. There's no other door. This room seems to, well, you do some kind of look around, whatever you want to roll.
Perception.
Same.
Percept it.
I'm going to do investigation.
I got a 21.
Oh my god.
I got a 4.
I rolled another nat
Aren't you
1,
glad
which
you
was
have
a
me?
6. Yeah.
So
Thea would never say that.
Thea instantly realizes that this room seems to be what once was some kind of infirmary. Thea, you see there are mortar and pestles.
They have traps in the infirmary?
There are clay pots and woven baskets containing old herbs. And Thea, because you rolled so high, as you enter the room, Thea, you find some old bandages, some salves, and some splints, which game mechanic-wise will translate to, Thea, you have found a partial healer's kit, which you can use 3 times to stabilize someone if they get down to 0 hit points. What this means is if someone gets down to 0, what happens is they have to try to roll a death saving throw to not die, and they only get 3 chances to roll that die. But if you use the healer's kit to stabilize them, they're not gonna die. Like, they don't have to roll those death saving throws, they're just unconscious, but they're not, like, in trouble. So you now have a healer's kit with 3 uses.
Yay!
Sweet!
Cool. What else is in this room? Is that it?
You see, and I'm gonna send you some info. You see, there's a mural in here as well. You see a mural on the wall of a hooded figure wearing a starry cloak and holding a shepherd's crook. The image has been illustrated over the calendar of Harptos, which illustrates the cycle of the seasons in the realm of Eos. There are claw marks on this image, though. It looks like something with claws scratched at this image. The paint has all been chipped.
I assume that's the dead jackal.
I don't know why jackals are coming into a temple in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. Hold on. Our jackal wears natural,
Jackals.
or do they have to be created?
Like, kind
I'll
of.
remind you that Wahea told you that they are not natural, that they are when dark magic that they are like when dark magic infects a jackal, it twists it into this jackalware creature. It's different than a werewolf. This
Okay.
is something that was created by dark magic.
So we're in the temple of the goddess of the hunt, who is a wolf, and there's a dead jackal in here. And
And the
all of the
jackalwares
trees,
clearly came this way.
yeah, and all of the trees are sickened. Do you think this has something to do with where these jackalwares came from, or maybe do you think it's just a coincidence? I don't know.
I don't
I
think so.
It is clearly all connected. Like, this seems to be the source of whatever is making everything so just sick.
I think we need to get past those vines in the other room.
Yeah.
Well, this is. Hold on, what? Okay, so the symbols that were crossed out are the ones that were left. We had the goddess Kildora, and we had who else?
Numair.
And what does Numair do?
Numair is the god of passage, the unknown one, the merciful shepherd. They are the god of death, transition, seasonal change, medicine, healing, slumber, dreams, prophecy. Maybe they sent us those dreams. Memory, moon, night, often depicted wearing a delicate hooded cloak and holding a staff associated with the butterfly.
Wait, so that's probably the person that's in the mural in here.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the hood and the butterfly.
And there's a bunch of healing.
I'm sorry, I just want to throw it out there that just so you guys know, no one like officially investigated all of the murals in the other room. Like, you looked at them, but not all of them were officially investigated with an investigation roll. Just to remind you guys.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything else in here, does there? Or I guess we could investigate the mural more closely.
I didn't have any luck with it, but I feel like those wolves were standing guard over something.
Do we want to finish just like investigate the mural in this room and then move on? Well, I'm not doing it. Delaelia, got any better luck?
Not typically.
Hey!
Ooh! We both got 18s. Feliks and I got 18s.
So Feliks and Delaelia, there doesn't seem to be anything fishy about this mural. It doesn't look like there is any kind of like indication that there is a room directly on the other side. You know that there is like a room, but it doesn't look like this wall connects to anything. Numair is the deity of healing, and it would make sense that they would be depicted in this healer's room because of that. And you would know, I'll say this, you would both know that even though certain communities worship certain gods more, like the wood elves and the elves of Merrill, the sun elves tend to worship Kildora, Numair is one of those deities that everybody kind of worships because everybody is gonna die. Everybody sleeps. Everybody gets sick. So Numair is kind of one of those catch-all gods who everybody worships to some extent. So it would also make sense that there would be a mural of them here as well, even though it's the Temple of Kildora.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go back in that other room, because
I feel like there was more that we could have gleaned from that room.
I agree. Let's very carefully and stealthily make our way back to that room.
You guys are
And
good.
avoid the goop. Okay, I'm gonna investigate this female dryad. I investigated it though, and all I got was an emerald.
You did. And if you go back, you see that the emerald's gone.
Wait, wasn't there an emerald here?
Yeah, there definitely was.
That's weird. Maybe when I fell in the hole, it disappeared. Like maybe
Like fell out? Oh my gosh. I'll go down in the hole and check.
No, don't go down the hole. It's just a jewel. It's fine. Let's leave it alone. And Feliks is going to do investigation on the illustrations.
Okay. So Feliks, you have to roll for it first.
Oh, did you guys get the thing I sent you?
11.
Okay. So Feliks, this wall seems to also be pretty normal. It doesn't indicate like you learned on the opposite side when you were looking at the mural of Numair. It doesn't seem like there's any room on the opposite side of this wall. It seems to just be a normal wall with a mural on it.
Could he go over to the wolves one since it's right next to it?
Mhm.
He's just kind of trying to stay busy. 12. One better.
And like
Good at this.
he's doing pretty okay.
Yeah,
So like earlier, Felix, with this one, the same as Delaelia, you don't see anything that necessarily indicates that this. Actually, wait, Delaelia, what did you roll earlier when you were investigating this wall? Do you remember?
Not good.
Okay, I'm gonna say then, Felix, when you go over to this wall,
Like a 4. Like something really bad.
okay. When you go over to this wall, you do kind of see like what looks like a seam that has been carefully hidden by the mural itself. So it's very hard to notice. Well, not very hard, but it's deep. If you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it. And so you notice a slight seam in this door. So this door might open.
Hey guys, I think I found something. There's like a seam here or something. Like maybe there's a door.
Oh, I missed that.
Can we try and open it?
Yeah, I want to help. I want to help try to open it along the seam. So since I can't like figure it out, I want to just be able to like feel for it.
Okay. So are you trying to like force it open with strength?
I think I'm trying to like wedge my little fingies in it.
I'm gonna have you guys
more
roll.
of a dexterity.
Yeah.
No,
Can I roll for strength?
I think it's strength. I think pulling and pushing things is strength.
Okay.
Do you think it's less than 10 pounds?
I think it's more than 10. It's a giant stone wall.
I'm just
gonna
saying.
think about it really hard and want it to open.
I rolled a 23 on strength. Felix
And I rolled a 20. So S a D and open the door.
We are being so mean to our poor little DM.
So mean to her.
Oh, okay. So you wedge your little fingies in there, and you're both like pulling, like, and Theia, I think you're just watching them as they attempt to open the stone door
With our fingies.
Do you need help?
We got it.
Maybe check around. You can find a lever or a switch or a button, something to get this thing open.
A lever, a switch, a button.
Boop a wolf on the nose. I don't know.
I'm gonna do a perception check. I'm gonna do a perception check across the entire room to see if there is something I can use.
Okay.
I swear to Lelia.
Oh my god, I got an 8.
This is what happens, Princess Theia. So they're both like, like very intently pulling. And Princess Theia, this is what I'm going to do because you rolled low to my advantage. Theia, you're looking around the room, and I think what you do is you kind of trip on that little, there's like a square, so that like that's a little bit of a risen area, like a little mini stage, and you trip on that, and you catch yourself, you fall into the wall with the symbols on it, and as you fall into the wall, right in the middle, the symbol of the goddess, it goes into the wall like you've pressed a button.
Oh, Kildora over there?
The one with the symbols, so not the illustrations, but the one right over here. So the symbol, the 3 circles, you catch yourself by catching yourself on the wall. You catch yourself by putting your hands out on that symbol, and you unintentionally push it into the wall, and it goes in like you've pressed a button.
Guys, I think these are buttons. I mean, they are buttons, but I think some of them might do a thing. They might do a thing.
Well, start pushing.
Okay.
Wait, no, hang on. We don't know what they're going to do.
Maybe if I press the one for Kildora, it'll move the one with the wolves.
Smart.
I'm going to try.
Be careful.
Okay.
So you press the one with Kildora, and it goes in, and then both buttons pop out. Felix and Delaelia are pulling on that wall, and after you press Kildora's button and both buttons pop back out, the wall starts to move. And I think for a moment, both of them think like, yeah,
we did it.
Got this.
And it starts to move and scrape away, but it's kind of like a nasty scraping sound. Like you think there's been some damage, and so what might have been a swift like wah is now like a sound. And so as you're pushing, Delaelia, you look into the darkness, and
Oh no. Have I released a horrible, horrible thing?
We want it in here. We want it in here.
Yeah, we did.
And a skeleton reaches out and slashes at you.
God dang it!
And I rolled a 17
It hits.
plus. Yes. So, Delaelia, you look into the darkness and you are met with a sword that slashes you across your torso.
Ow.
And you will take
Rude.
4.
So 4. So you take 4 points piercing damage.
Okay.
And it goes.
And I cry out. Yeah, I'm like, ah! Bill, get it!
Everybody roll initiative. So we've got Felix,
Delaelia,
Delaelia.
Skellington,
Ellie,
and then Theia.
Yeah. And with Delaelia also comes
The
Bill
pets.
and Lorne. All right, Felix, you are up. What would you like to do?
So Felix is opening the door, and he sees kind of like, because the way they were opening the door, he was like right underneath Delaelia, so he just sees the sword go like right over his head, and he lets go of the door, and he draws his sword and shield, and he's going to take a swing at the skeleton. So that was a 21.
That
Does that
hits.
hit?
Oh, yes, it does.
And I'm also going to do a attack bonus action, and I'm also going to shield bash him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
And
If you
that
finish
deals-
him in one round, I'm going to be so excited.
So that is a 6.
Hot.
nice.
6 points of damage.
What?
Felix, you Just-
does a slash and then bashes him.
bash him and his head spins around for a second. It's still on his head, but it spins around. And he loses a couple of ribs. Some of his ribs just fall to the ground.
It sounds like a very musical attack.
Oh,
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, I didn't roll for and so that was slashing damage, so it's 3.
So another free damage.
Yeah, I forgot to count that when I slashed him.
Awesome. So yeah, some of his ribs fall down, and then also one of his arms falls off. Felix just gets him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Did it.
Okay, so I am actually going to hit him with the short sword, and I'm going to do my 2-weapon fighting this time. So go in with the sword on 1, 14.
That hit.
Cool. So that's 4 points of damage. And then I'm going to do a back slice with my dagger.
Tell me how you would like to end this.
Well, I want it to be really badass. So I have my sword in my right hand and my dagger in my left hand. And so, yeah, just like a swah, swah. And swipe across his body with the sword, which obviously does the maximum damage. But then, just because I was already loaded for it, swah with my left hand on the dagger in almost a fluid movement.
And it just completely falls to pieces.
It's just
Yeah, that
dust.
not as nice to this one as you were to the last one, I will note.
I'm getting a little irritated.
Okay. Are
Well,
you
that
guys okay?
Yeah, thanks for your help, Theia.
That was exciting. And I think Felix is gonna like try and see what else was in that room. Like he's not going into the room, but like he moved forward to do the slashing. So
It looks like it is mostly destroyed. It looks like this must have been what you can assume from this experience is that this was a trap that you guys triggered, and that whatever was in this room was intended to punish those who triggered it.
Which was the skeleton.
which is what we did. So that
Okay.
trap works.
Oh, and you can also see, I'll say that you also see that it looks like what was supposed to happen is that some more arrows were supposed to fly out at you, but again, everything's broken because this place is in shambles. So you avoided the arrows, but there was a skeleton in there, so you did not avoid that.
So I'm going to go check on the symbols and push on them again to try to see if anything else will open.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get...
Tell me
push-
exactly what order you push them in, and I'll tell you what happens.
Oh wait, are you talking to me or Kelsey?
Any of you.
So the last time I pushed Estrella's button and then Kildora's button.
Okay. So now I'll do Oh, but that's Kildora too, the Dryad is.
Guys,
I wonder if the order that the drawing goes in has anything to do with
yeah, that's
buttons we should be pushing.
Probably not. Let's just burn it down.
I think Rebecca has an idea.
Yeah, no, we're not burning anything down.
Nope. Bye. Leaves. Just kidding.
Well, looking at that drawing in the blood, yeah, maybe the 3 signs in the triangles. Maybe that's the order we're supposed to be doing them in, or something like that. It's like this has to be like instructions. Warrior god, the guy with the Pegasus, he's X'd out.
So I think we don't touch that one.
So maybe the swirly one, Celestia.
And you said you touched Kildora, and you said Estrella, then Kildora? So Kildora was open, and that opened a door. So what if we do Estrella, and then
Numer.
Talus. Numer. There we go. God damn.
Numer is non-binary. I don't know if I said that, but it's just they, them.
Thanks.
So we're
Stop
gonna
being able to
try.
talk.
I'm gonna push Estrella, and then I'm gonna push Numer.
Okay.
All right. So you push Estrella, and that button goes in, and it stays in. And then you press Numer's symbol, and both buttons pop back out again.
Aw, man.
It's working.
I don't know what it is.
Is it?
What
Did
if we
anything
try
happen?
pressing all 3 of the ones that are in triangles?
Like at the same time?
Maybe there are 3 of us.
Let's try it.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. On the count of 3?
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to push. You should push the middle one.
I'll push the satyr.
I'm very short.
Yeah, but that's your thing. So
Okay.
yeah.
I will attempt to reach it.
I realize that I'm the tall one at like 5'7", but I'm going to.
I'm just like, excuse me, I'm shorter.
I'll do the mermaid just because why not?
Okay. So on 3. 1, 2. Wait, are we going on or after?
So we're going 1, 2, 3, push.
Okay, got
Okay.
it. Okay, here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Push.
You all push in at the same time, and then all the buttons pop out at the same time.
Come on.
Rude.
Okay, so then I'm gonna just say Estrella and then mermaid.
Okay.
You push Estrella, it stays in. You push Diva, that's the name of the mermaid goddess, and they both pop out.
Wait, try just pressing Numer's button.
Numer.
You press Numer, and it just pops out.
Okay, then what about the triangle-y one next to it?
The old man?
Yeah.
Okay. Felix boops the old man button.
You press the old man button, and it just pops out.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
very confused.
So then Estrella, then old man.
If you want a hint,
Yes, please.
I would ask yourselves, what do you know about these deities?
Well, we know
What
that Kildora is
do-
the Dryad. That's why I'm confused because Kildora opened the wolves. Didn't before you did Estrella then Kildora?
Yeah.
I'll give you another hint. When you
Okay.
press in Estrella and it stays, you get the feeling that means you've made the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
Estrella is the first one that
Yeah.
you're supposed to press in.
Okay.
Okay, so press in Estrella.
Let's try Estrella and old dude. Talus.
You do Estrella and old dude, and it's the same thing. Estrella stays in, but as soon as you press Talus, they both pop out.
Okay, so let's try the one that's X'd out. See how bad
Or-
this is.
Let's try Kildora again,
Okay,
just to be safe.
cool. So press
Then-
Estrella first.
Yeah, Estrella then Kildora.
Neat.
You press Estrella and Kildora, and you have the same thing. Estrella stays in, but once you press Kildora, they both pop back out.
All right, let's try the one that's X'd out.
And Regal.
So you press Estrella, it stays in. You press it's a circle with a cross going through it, and that's the symbol of who did you say, Kelsey?
Regal? Regal?
And it stays in.
Okay. Hold on. So maybe there's something about the relationship of these gods to each other that tells us the order in which we should go.
Well, since they're both pressed in, I'm gonna go check out the mural again and see if I can like push it or if I see any difference.
I feel like it would have.
I was gonna also remind you, Kelsey, you did find a book earlier up in the tree houses.
Oh, I'm gonna look in my book.
I don't ever want to make you guys feel you have to. I just want to. I always want to be helpful because I never want you to be so frustrated that it's not fun anymore.
Okay. I want to look inside of the book and say, "Wait, I remember seeing a book."
Okay. So you look in this book that you found earlier up in the tree houses when you were investigating in the community of Sailvale. Delaelia, much of this book has been damaged by time and the elements. It is dirty, stained, chewed, and portions of it are mildewy. But on the cover, you see 7 symbols, 6 arranged in a circle with one at the center. The symbol at the center matches that of Theia's necklace. You see on this book, the cover of it is the symbol of the Pantheon, the same crest, that same crest of the Pantheon that you see on the wall in front of you. As you flip through this book, near the front, you find one page that is intact and legible enough for you to read. It is in Sylvan. You see a picture of an athletic-looking elf in gold armor, brandishing a sword, riding on the back of a Pegasus. Below him sits a smaller figure, this one portrayed as a gnome shaking his fist at the figure in the sky. Beside this illustration, you read, "As the oldest and youngest brothers, Regal and Pax were constantly at odds with one another. Pax longed for the glory and the admiration his elder brother possessed. In his jealousy, he played many tricks on Regal, for which Regal resented him." You keep flipping through the book, and you find another page that is intact enough to be legible. On this page, you see the illustration of the hooded figure Numair. In this illustration, they're wearing a starry cloak with gold lining and holding their shepherd's crook. It's actually the same image that you saw on the wall in the infirmary. It's got that same calendar of Harptos behind it. And the text next to it reads, "Though often outshined by Regal, it is the second-born, Numair, the merciful shepherd, whom we have to thank for sweet dreams and the changing of the seasons and the passage from this world into the next." And those are the legible pages in this book.
Should we push Numair now?
Oh, wait, does it have to do with their ages then? Because we know Pax and we know Numair and we know
Regal. Regal is the eldest. Pax is the youngest. Numair is the second born.
I don't know anything about the rest of them.
I'm gonna try pushing Numair just to see now that we have these other 2. Maybe it's more than just 2.
And you push in Numair's button, and it stays.
Okay, so it probably has to do with birth order.
So we've done Estrella, Regal, Numair. We need to find where Kildora goes, where the mermaid goes, where
Diva.
Talus goes. So we need Diva, Talus, and Kildora to get a spot. Well, I guess we might as well try just those 3, putting them in different spots to see. So we've got Estrella, Regal, Numair. I'm going to try Kildora.
Okay.
You press in Kildora's button, and it stays.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I'm keeping notes. 3 is Kildora.
Estrella, Regal, Numair, Kildora, and now I think it would be Talus, Diva, Pax is my guess. So I'm going to try
too.
Talus.
You press in Talus's button, and it stays.
Okay.
We're brilliant,
Diva
guys.
next. Diva next, and then Pax.
You press in Diva's button, and it stays. And then I think Feliks maybe presses Pax, and you press in that button, and you hear a click. And to your left, the wall with the dryad holding the seed slowly slides open.
Ooh, can we put ourselves at the ready, please?
Yeah. I'm gonna
We're
ready my
aware.
bow.
Okay.
And Felix was just like looking at these symbols like, man, I wish I stayed in school. I do not know what any of this is. There's
Can
a
I
reason.
Can I send like a prestidigitation of a person in there to see what happens to it?
Bill, go check it out. No.
No!
He's too valuable.
I can send a fake person in there.
Let me show you what you see. I just realized I gotta show you what you see. Do you see it now? Do you see the room?
Mhm.
A room.
So you see beyond the door, as it is, the wall has slid away and the secret room has been revealed, a little square room. And it looks like there is a door in that little square room
Okay.
to the
Good.
left side as you enter it. So you tell me what you guys want to do.
I'm gonna send a prestidigitation of a humanoid figure into that room to see if there are any arrows waiting for us.
Can you prestidigitate a person? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can totally, or maybe it's dancing lights. It's one of them. Hold on, let me just see. Scratch that. I'm gonna do dancing lights and send a vaguely humanoid shape into that room.
Your vaguely humanoid shape appears in that room. What color are they? What color is the light?
They're like a turquoisey blue sea glass color.
And this vaguely humanoid shape stands there, and no arrows or anything.
Okay. Shall we?
Yeah. Felix is gonna go in first. He's like, let me go first. And he like kind of sidles in while holding up the shield, just waiting for something to jump out. Like,
Move your token to where you imagine Felix is standing, and I can let you know how much you see. If you want to like roll a perception check or.
yeah. So he's standing like right inside the room, and that's a nat 20.
What? Okay. Oof. Okay.
Amazing.
All right, Felix. So Felix, you pass through. Oh, and I should say the hole that was there, you guys are able to get around it because you know it's there. So it's not like it's making it impossible for you to get into this room. You just go around it. So Felix, as you step into the doorway into this little room, you hear a low voice chanting in a sort of growly language that you don't understand.
Oh.
Also, you smell blood.
Oh. He's gonna look back at the others, and he's just gonna kind of gesture them, be quiet. You know, he hears something. Like he's trying not to make any noise because he doesn't want to give it the position. And he's gonna move closer, but he's gonna keep moving closer towards the door.
Awesome.
I want to go listen now too. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say roll stealth checks if you guys want to move closer
Yeah.
so you can look into the room.
14.
Delaelia!
I got a 24.
Hold on. Oh,
And
God.
Felix got a 14. And Theia got a 17.
I
Okay.
didn't die! Oh my God, I'm so proud of me. I'm usually such a klutz.
Oh,
All right. So I'll tell you guys what you see. As you enter this little chamber, just this little square chamber, nothing happens, no traps are triggered. But as you come in, Theia and Delaelia, you also hear the chanting. And I think all of you are able to peek around the corner just a little bit into what lies beyond. And this is what you see. You see a large room beyond this doorway. Like most of the temple, this room is clearly quite ancient. However, this room is well lit with that magical red fire. And as I said before, this room smells of blood. Direct and a sort of coppery smell in the air. Directly in front of you, in the middle of the room, sits a large, smooth slab of stone, an altar, and strapped to the top is Prince Dashing.
Prince Ashton! We found him!
Oh no! Is he alive? Is he okay? Is he breathing?
Felix is like trying to shush her, like.
He is bloodied, and as far as you can tell, Theia, he's not moving. The floor around him seems to have been painted with blood. Above him stands a cloaked figure holding a large, curving dagger, chanting in a low, growly sort of language that I don't believe any of you understand. This cloak is old and tattered and pitch black.
Is it celestial?
No, it's not
Okay.
celestial. Thea doesn't
would
understand what he's saying. It
Oh,
sounds...
you speak that?
Yeah, I didn't know I did until today.
Are you guys having this conversation right now? Are
No.
you? Okay.
I love it when Emma says, "God damn it." Basically what that just was.
Behind the altar, you can just make out the body of the tree to which the temple has been built. So it appears you have reached the end of the temple. This is where it connects to the tree. From where you now stand, you see closest to you is a jackalware.
Son of a bitch.
Delaelia, you creep in and you are able to stay very quiet and very stealthy. And Lorne and Bill, can you roll a stealth check for Bill? Because
Oh.
Lorne is on your person,
Yeah.
but Bill is his own entity in that
Yes.
sense.
This
I'm,
wasn't awful.
like- On pins and needles.
I know. I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god.
Brother!
Oh no,
God
Bill!
damn it, Bill!
What did
Bill
Bill
rolled
roll?
a 4. He rolled a 4. Him's a puppy. Him doesn't know.
You are able to creep closer and nothing happens. You are stealthy, you are quiet, and you are able to keep your position without giving anything away. Yeah, you follow Delelia's lead and you are also able to keep from tripping over anything. You're being very stealthy. Feliks, your armor, it clinks just a little bit and you freeze and the other two look at you and then it's like, okay, no one seems to notice the armor. And then Bill just like walks forward and goes, "Roof." And the jackalware closest to you turns around and it growls. Hello, this is your DM, Emma Carter here. As always, I'd like to take a moment to thank you, the listeners, for pressing play. If you haven't had a chance yet, don't forget to follow and or like us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Spell Pod. Kelsea runs our Twitter like the badass boss that she is. So if you want to chat with Kelsea, head on over there. I head up the Facebook and the Instagram and TikTok, but most of what I post on the Instagram specifically is artwork made by our own Rebecca Munoz. She is a fantastic artist and she does commissions, folks. So when her commissions are open, hit her up. I also share a lot of D&D memes on Instagram that are from Rebecca as well. Before you keep listening, I want to offer you a quick warning. We're about to enter our first big boss battle, and things do get a little more gory than what we've experienced on the podcast so far. Just fair warning. Quick shameless plug. This upcoming Monday, September the 14th, there's going to be a reading of a play that I wrote. Fittingly enough, it's called Role Play, and it's about freshmen in high school who role play together online as they struggle to navigate puberty and exploring their sexual identity in the early 2000s. That's right, it's a period piece, folks. This will be a remote reading, and it'll be streamed for free through Facebook. I'll share a link on our page, but I also encourage you to like and follow Kansas City Public Theater, the company producing the reading. They are a fantastic new company in Kansas City. They pay their actors, they treat everyone with respect, and I'm so grateful to be working with them on this reading. Also, Rebecca will be one of the characters, and some of our listeners, like Elisa Lynn, will also be reading. We'd love for you to join us. All right, We've got a boss battle to fight. Let's get back to our heroes. Directly in front of you, in the middle of the room, sits a large, smooth slab of stone, an altar, and strapped to the top of it is Prince Dashing. He is bloodied and, as far as you can tell, unmoving. The floor around him seems to have been painted with blood. Above him stands a cloaked figure holding a large, curving dagger, chanting in a low, growly sort of language that I don't believe any of you understand. From where you stand, you see closest to you is a jackal were, and upon hearing Bill's "Boof," it turns its head at you and begins to snarl. What would you like to do?
I want to roll initiative.
All right, let's do this thing. Well, I got a 3, so I'm not going first.
We've got Feliks with an 18. Go Feliks. My cloaked dude got a 19.
Dang
Cloaky
it.
boy? Yeah, he's called Cloaky boy in my notes.
Cloaky boy.
With an I.
Feliks, Delaelia, Jackal Wears, Princess Theia. And with Delaelia goes Bill and Lorne. Okay.
Oh yeah, Lauren. Oh wait,
Safe one. Wait.
Ramsey.
Oh, and Ramsey goes with Feliks, too.
I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So there's this thing. So spells that say that you touch a creature and it does a thing, can you apply that to yourself? Mage armor.
No, you can cast that on yourself for sure. I've heard other people
Yay!
cast mage armor on themselves
Cool.
in other D&D podcasts.
Neat. Good to know.
So it's real.
Yes.
Can't do it yet, but cool nonetheless.
Yes, that is very good for Princess Theia. So, Cloaky Boy rolled the highest initiative. So, the cloaked figure hears Bill woof, and he turns his head and he looks at the 5 of you, the 6 of you, the 6 of you. That's how many there are counting animals. And you see that he is an older elven man wearing tattered robes under a black cloak with a hood. His flesh is deathly pale, near translucent, allowing you to clearly see veins that are dark red in color spreading out all across what is visible of his body. I wrote, he looks hella unhealthy. His eyes are pure white. His dull gray hair seems to be pulled back on top of his head. You can just see some wisps of it coming down from around the face of his cloak. And
We're talking like a Zuko bun, or is it like a ponytail?
Like a man bun. Yeah, like a man bun. Just kind of like you can't see it because it's under the cloak, but I'm just letting you know he's got a man bun.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little hot.
He's a little hot.
Is he
You
a
can
little hot?
see his veins. How is that hot?
That kind of vulnerability and like essential humanity, sort of hot. And I know he's an elf, but so am I, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm so concerned with Delelia's taste.
Delaelia is finally feeling some stirrings
Same.
that she's never felt.
So when he turns his head to you, he extends the hand that doesn't have the dagger in it, and when he speaks, his voice booms throughout the chamber as if he's got a microphone on, and he says, "Intruders, be gone!" And his eyes are glowing, and the red lights in the room begin to flicker. And then he goes back to chanting as the jackal wares that have spotted you prepare themselves to attack.
I don't like this guy.
Feliks, it's your turn.
Okay. So Feliks is going to draw his silver sword, and
God.
thank God, and he's gonna charge in towards the closest jackalware.
Let's see. It looks like the closest one to you is the one in the corner, and he's only 23 feet away.
Okay, and mine is 25. Great.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't think it would be lower than 25.
You get there all out of breath.
Little leg, sorry.
I
Okay,
made it.
so he's gonna charge straight for that first one, and he is gonna swing.
17. Wait, really? Oh my god. Yeah.
What?
You rolled an 8 and it's plus 9, so you got a 17.
Oh my god, this sword is doing
You
all
gave
the
us,
work.
you gave us an epic prize with that sort of pack. dude.
What did I say the stats on that were again? What is
Uh,
it? Is it your strength and then the modifier too?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, it's strength plus a modifier.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's right. I did. It was plus 5 to attack. I did that. I made that choice. I made that choice.
Mistake.
Yes, that hits. Roll damage, please.
So Felix draws his sword and shield and charges forward, and he is going, and he charges forward, and he's mostly trying to just keep it back because they're in a narrow hallway, so he's trying to move them forward into the more open room. So he stabs forward to move it backwards and actually pokes it because it's a longer sword than the last one.
All right, and Felix, your sword pierces the jackal wearer's hide, and it gives a mournful, painful howl as for the first time, one of your attacks actually damages it.
How do I feel like that was like the best backhanded compliment I've ever heard?
For the first time ever, one of your actually stabbed something.
Comma, you piece of shit.
Well, and I'll say Felix. Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, you hit it, and it howls. It howls. It's not happy with you.
Yeah, and like Felix like looks at the sword, and he looks back at the others. He's like, Silver. He's like, Silver did it.
Does Ramsey do anything?
No, he doesn't. Ramsey actually is a little intimidated because those are two very big wolves, and there's like a really bad energy in the air because of the cloaked thing. And so, since he's just a simple goat, I'm gonna say he actually kind of stays back behind with the other animals, next to Bill, because he's kind of like, no. So Ramsey actually isn't going to move this round.
I appreciate your honesty and playing Ramsey true to his character.
He's just a goat.
All right, so Delaelia, it is now your turn.
Okay, so before I go, I'm going to kneel and have a small huddle with my friends, Bill and Lorne. And it goes something like this. Okay, so the creatures cannot be wounded with anything other than magic or silver. So I would suggest you guys go after the Cloaky boy. However, I want you to get the fuck out of there if you start to feel like you're losing the battle. It's not worth it. Losing you is not worth it. And then she stands up. Yes, boof. Yeah, Bill definitely says boof and gives a look to Delaelia like, my time here is so temporary, but bless you, you know? And she gets real emotional because it's the opposite. Bill's a one-day kid and Delaelia is a forever kid. So their love is so temporary. Hard. Anyway, so she's going
it
to
endures time, and I can't think of another word.
another thing.
Another thing. It endures stuff.
Also.
Yes.
Okay, so she's going to now stand up and shoot at. Oops, that wasn't the right thing. Shoot at this jackalware. She does have a good range on her bow, obviously, and she's going to use one of her 5 silver-tipped arrows. Oh, so I rolled a 6. I rolled a 2 and got a 6.
So I think what happens is, Delaelia, you shoot your arrow towards the jackalware on the opposite side of the room, and it sees your arrow coming, and it's able to thrust one of its hands upward to try and deflect the arrow away from it. And so the arrow kind of jettisons like up And then eventually comes falling back down behind the jackalware, let's say back in this corner over here behind it. So it's over there in that corner, and he was able to deflect it. And Delaelia, that jackalware looks at you, and you two have a moment as you realize this is the same jackalware that you rode into the forest.
You missed me, champ.
He puts his little fingers up to his eyes and then his fingers at you.
That's fine. He can be from an 80s movie if he needs to. Okay. So then Lorne is going to go for Cloaky Boy, and he is going to go to try to sting him. That's a 9.
Okay, so that doesn't hit Cloaky Boy's armor. That doesn't beat his armor class. So I think what happens with Lorne is as Lorne is scurrying across the floor of the temple, from this area over here, from the spare room in the corner, suddenly a figure bursts out. No! And there's another jackalware directly in front of you, and he swipes at Lorne.
I know. Rude. Is Lorne okay?
Delaelia, how many hit points does Lorne have? Just so I know.
7.
Okay.
Tim's widow.
As Lorne is running across the temple floor, a jackalware bursts from behind a door and jumps right in his path. And the jackalware is going to make an attack of opportunity. He rolled an 18, so he takes his paw and he smacks Lorne against the opposite wall. And Lorne is going to take 3 points of damage.
Oh no!
Well, Bill is understandably upset by this and gets thrown off course. I think that, like, obviously his goal was to go to Cloaky Boy, but he is a dog. So he's going to go right after the jackalware that just jumped out in front of us and hurt its friend. And that is an 18.
That hits.
Oh, fucking finally. Something happens for my team. For Team Delaelia. Oh, and it also needs to succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw. So the jackalware needs to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay. He rolled a 13.
So does that mean he gets it?
Yeah, because he doesn't have a
He hits
modifier, but
Yeah.
he did meet it.
Okay, cool. That's fine. And 1d8 plus 2. And so he sustained 6 points of damage. Good job, Bill.
Ooh, good job, Bill. Good boy.
How many hit
And-
points did jackalwares have again? Do we know?
1,000 million.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Well, it's a good thing I have a thing for that.
You can't use Google?
No,
Wait, is that what you meant?
I meant my spells.
Oh, okay.
She has fantasy people.
Yeah, fantasy Google, her spells.
It's a way better idea, though. No, I kind of want to use it.
Oh, actually, I forgot to use Bill's movement. He is going to move back to stand in front of Delaelia.
So that the one he attacked, we're going to call that jackalware number 3 because it was the third jackalware to pop out.
I'm living for that name.
Very creative, I know. If you want to give him a better name, you can. Just let me know when you think of it. And we'll just. Okay.
Well, Bill's the only
Oh.
name I can come up with on short notice.
Larry and Curly.
What is
Larry,
it?
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
All right. Which one's Mo? Which one's Larry? Which one's Curly?
Mo's the one that Kelsey was on. So that's J2.
For sure.
Okay.
I think-
Mo.
No. Larry is
Larry's-
yours.
Larry's the one I just stabbed.
Mhm,
And Curly's the one that jumped out, and his fur's just a little curly or poofy.
mhm.
Okay. I love it. Best. Curly cares about his hygiene.
He's just a little more like, a little more vain than the others.
A little more.
He actually bathes.
He does. So now it is the jackalware's turns.
Oh,
So
great. Joy of joys.
Felix, the one next to you, is going to attack.
I just named you.
So Larry, that was Larry, right?
Yeah.
Larry rolled a 15 plus 4. So he rolled a 19 to try and bite you, which I'm imagining beats
That,
your.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me roll damage there. Okay, Felix, that is going to be 6 points of piercing damage from Larry.
Okay. It's fine.
He takes his jaw and he clamps it down on your arm that's holding the sword and just bites
not
down
fine.
into your arm. And he growls at you.
Not fine. Not fine.
Delaelia, Mo is going to... Let's see if Mo's going to do anything. Actually, let me decide. So not Mo. Curly, because Curly is closest to you, Delaelia, and Bill and Lorne. Curly, who has not met you, is actually going to try to use their sleep gaze on you, not knowing that it doesn't affect you. And so they fix their eyes on you, Delaelia, and you can tell you've met this gaze before, and they fix their eyes on you, and it doesn't matter what they roll because it doesn't affect you. So after a couple moments, Curly's eyes go back to normal, and he snorts because he's just realized that you are immune to his sleep gaze.
Yeah, and Delaelia looks like a bitchy teenager. So I'm just like...
So I think Larry gets closer because he's coming for you. He's going to dash so he can get close, but then that's his full move. So he doesn't make an attack this round, but he's dashing because he has his sights set on Delaelia. She's his mark. And that is the Jackal-Were's turn. So it is now Princess Theia's turn.
Cool. So I probably should put on armor, but I'm gonna do something else. So I'm gonna use Careful Spell, which is I'm gonna roll something that forces creatures to make a saving throw. But I'm gonna sacrifice a sorcery point, and I'm gonna protect. It says a number of creatures up to my charisma modifier, and this spell has a range of 60 feet. So who's within 60 feet of me?
Probably everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah. Are
Okay.
you using this Careful Spell with Shatter?
Yes, I am.
The first time she's casting Shatter.
What's Shatter?
It's
What is
great.
Shatter?
So Shatter is a level 2 spell. There is a sudden, it says a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 damage if they fail it, and half as much damage if they don't. It damages non-organic material as well.
Oh, such as stone, crystal, or metal. Good to know.
So I'm gonna cast it. So I want to protect. I want to protect Felix, my brother, and
Delaelia is outside the circle of 10 feet.
okay.
to see you.
Are all the animals outside of the circle?
Lorne is not. He is over here by the wall. Oh, I lost my pointy thing. He's right here.
Okay. Well, I want to protect Lorne, and so I have
Bill is fine.
Okay, I can protect up to 4 because it's my charisma modifier. So I've only picked 3. So if there's another animal in there,
I think Bill's by Delaelia, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we're good.
So let me cast this thing. So all of those Jackal-Weres and Cloaky dude need to
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, they do.
All right, and so the DC that we'll have to beat is probably your spell. Does it say what the DC is? Is it your spellcasting ability modifier? Spell save DC. Your spell save DC is 12. So I'm gonna have to roll higher on 12 for 3 Jackal-Weres and 1 Cloaky boy. All right, that's 114. I'm gonna go in the order. So the Cloaky boy saves because he rolled a 14. Now I will roll for Larry, who's going after Delaelia.
Hold on, what did I miss?
Cloaky boy saved.
Boy's going up. Yeah.
Larry just saved because he also rolled a 14.
I'm so mad, but they still take half of whatever damage.
That's That's right. I'm gonna roll for Mo, who's by. No, wait. I forget. I just rolled for the one that went after Delaelia. Now I'm rolling for the one that is going after Feliks. That was a 2, so the one that is going after Feliks takes full damage. And then finally Curly. Curly got a 19, so Curly's safe. So Cloaky Boy and the 2 closest to you take half damage, but the one by Feliks takes full damage.
Okay, so what altogether?
it's 9.
That's 9. So
I'm gonna have the one by Feliks take the full 9. That one was Larry because he was already hit. So let me take 9 out of this. Ooh.
I'll probably move closer to Delaelia. So just take me and put me there. We're together. Hooray!
Friends.
I'm gonna just run up to the doorway because my friends are being hurt. I'm gonna look at my friends and take a moment to imagine like a protective force field going around them, and then go ah, and then it'll make a big loud noise. It'll be great.
Love that.
And Theia, you stamp your foot and you put your arms out and scream, and the 2 jackal-wares closest to you, their ears fold back and they take their claws to clamp them over their ears, and they whimper as these sound waves reverberate and assault their eardrums. And the Cloaky Boy, he momentarily stops his chanting to similarly clasp his hands over his ears and mutter a curse under his breath. Feliks, the jackal-ware closest to you, I think that was Larry. Larry, he seems to really, really be feeling this, and he recoils, and his ears are back, and his head is up, and he is howling in pain. He does not seem that he feels very good. But Feliks and Delaelia and Lorne are all fine. You don't hear anything. You or maybe if you hear something, it's just you hear Theia scream, but you don't know why all of a sudden these people are writhing in pain because she screamed.
Awesome.
Theia, I will ask you to roll a d20. I keep forgetting to have you roll for your magic surges, so roll a d20. If it's a 1, you have a magic surge. Oh, very close.
Ooh.
But not a 1, so you're good this round.
Thank goodness.
So, Cloaky Boy, having been interrupted from his chanting, turns to
Sorry.
you, Princess Theia, and glares from under his hood.
I should have put my armor on. God. I was just so excited about the new spell.
All right, I know what Cloaky Boy is gonna do. So Cloaky Boy turns to you, Theia, and he glares at you. And when he speaks, his voice once again booms throughout the chamber. And he says to you, Theia, he says, "Come." And you need to make a DC, you need to make a saving throw. You have to beat an 11, a wisdom saving throw that beats an 11.
You got this, Theia.
Okay, there we go. Do I?
We believe in you. What are you drinking?
Ooh.
Yeah! I'm drinking a La Croix to answer your question. I'm sorry, I didn't want to answer that and have it be like, you got a 2, now you die. Did not get a 2. I got a 23.
That's right, girl.
On a nat 20.
20.
So Theia, that's the best you could do. Theia, this person, you can feel the faintest feeling of something pulling at your mind. When he says come, there's something that is trying to weasel into your mind to make your body move, but you don't. Do you want to describe for me what happens, Theia?
I think, I start to feel that little tug in my brain, and then I realize what it is and do one of those things where you like shake it out like it's in your hair and stamp and say, I will not!
I love how like, what's the word? I love how like
Contrary.
contrary. She's this young little teenager who's just like, I'm not gonna do these things, but it's like during a battle. Like, I love how everything is. She's just kind of like a teenager the whole time. It's great.
Well, she is. She's 16.
And he sees you shake off his spell, and his eyes narrow in frustration, and he's gonna use his bonus action. And he is going to cast a spell. So the Cloaky boy takes his hand out again, the non-dagger hand, and he forms a fist with his free hand, and in the air, in front of you, let's say in the air, right here in this empty space between the jackal wares, suddenly there is a floating red, like phantasmal dagger, just a bigger version of the dagger he's holding, and he is going to try to hit you with it. So let me roll.
Good. No armor. Doing great.
He does roll a 17.
Great. So
So
that
it
hits.
does hit. So you are going to take force damage equal to 1d8 plus his spellcasting ability modifier.
I'm toast.
Not ideal.
I'm toast.
What
I'm
spell is
sorry.
that?
I should have worn
Called-
armor.
Spiritual weapon. In this case, it's a dark spiritual weapon.
It's dork-sided.
Dork
Oh.
side. Dork side.
Oh, I'm laughing, but in a minute I will not be.
True.
Okay.
This would be so funny if I wasn't about to die.
I forgot I got a new
Aw.
spell.
But it won't kill you, right? Like you have what, like 15 hit points?
Like 4.5 hit points. You should be fine.
Well,
The way you say that makes me very nervous.
you're fine because he rolled a freaking 1 on his D8, so it's only gonna be 4 points of damage, Princess Theia, as this
That could
spectral
have been
dagger
way worse.
comes flying at you. And then
What? You already got a bonus.
this weapon gets two attacks.
Are you
Um,
fucking kidding me?
After the dagger goes right through you, Princess Theia, and it's not an
Oh.
actual physical dagger, it's spiritual, but you feel, it hurts as it goes right through your chest. You feel like you've been stabbed even though you're not bleeding. And then it turns around and it's going to go for Delaelia. So I'm going to roll again for Delaelia. I only rolled a 14 for the second attack.
It hits.
Okay, so let me reroll damage again.
My heart is pounding.
Ooh, okay. So that'll be
What is this feeling?
8 points of damage, Delaelia.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Don't. She might have more.
And so when it goes through, when it comes back around, Delaelia, it hits you from behind, and you feel that same intense stabbing sensation, even though you're not actually bleeding or have been stabbed. And the dagger flies through you, and then
So Delaelia gives a big ugh. So Bill knows that she's been hit.
okay, and it is Feliks's turn now.
So Felix sees the red dagger just go flying down that hallway that his friends are in, and he's just mortified, and so he shouts no, and he's gonna take another big swing at the jackal-were in front of him. 16.
That hits.
Awesome. And it's like a huge slash, like he's going right for its throat.
Ooh.
Whoa. Felix isn't here to play.
Nope. Rolling 0 plus 3. So yeah, 3.
All right, Felix. So you slash this jackal-were's throat, and blood starts to spurt from where the silver has slashed at his throat. You see smoke rising as it also has burned at his throat, and he collapses onto the stone floor. He is still conscious, but he is bleeding profusely from his throat and gagging and snarling and whimpering.
Yes, Daddy, Felix.
And Felix is going to use an action surge because I have never used those before. Sorry, guys, I keep forgetting I have those. And he is going to run straight for Cloaky Boy. And he is going to try and do a disrupted strike, which is basically he's going to tackle him with the shield. Like he's just going to full on like a football player, just take him down.
I love this.
God.
I love that.
You really are a hero, Felix.
Let me see it. So he's going to run just straight for him.
So what is the damage, Felix?
The damage is 1d6 plus my strength modifier. So that's a 6. So because he is small and because Cloaky Boy was focusing on casting towards the other two, Feliks was just slightly in his blind spot. Not enough, but he was just slightly there. And so he just comes running at him, and because he is small, he hits him like right in the hip. And just plows him like a goat, just bam, just solid hits him. And I'm not sure if I knocked him over or not. I'm gonna leave that up to you because I don't know his how sturdy this old elf man is.
I'll just roll for him. I'm gonna roll him a Constitution saving throw just to see if he stays on his feet.
He suffers disadvantage on his Constitution.
Oh, okay.
Says the creature suffers disadvantage on its Constitution saving throw.
Well, with disadvantage,
Did he drop his
you
knife?
hit him. Okay, so Feliks hits this guy right in the hip, and he stumbles forward a little bit into the altar, and I think he catches himself on that because he's directly in front of it, but you've definitely knocked him off balance, and he just looks down at you. He almost drops his knife, but then catches it a little bit, but he's leaning forward on this marble altar with dashing strapped down to it, and he just turns back confused and looks down at you, Feliks, with a scathing glare. He was not expecting that from Feliks. All right, Feliks, awesome turn. Did Ramsey want to do anything before the end of your turn?
Yes. He is going to charge at, that's Mo, right? And so he's just going to try and charge him. So he's just going to just charge him and try and hit him in the gut and knock him over. So let me roll to see if he actually hits anything.
Yeah, rolls a d20 for Ramsey plus whatever his modifiers are for attacking.
It's a +3, so 10.
A 10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh no! So he goes to charge it, but the Mo just and he just loops right back around and takes off.
Ramsel.
Ramsels.
He goes to hide behind Theia. He tried.
He did. All right, Delaelia, it's back to you.
Okay, so Delaelia is going to shoot at Mo, who's the one that's right in front of her, correct?
Mhm.
So she is shooting a... Come on. It's a 10. Shooting a silver arrow again.
It doesn't hit. I think this one, Delaelia, I think when that dagger goes through you, it throws you off just a little bit. So when you go to grab that silver arrow and shoot, it goes right by his head. And that one also will fall back and land back over here by this wall over here. So there's 2 silver arrows on the ground over here.
And so Lorne was gonna come back to hide in my shirt again, but when he saw what the Cloaky Boy did, Lorne got very pissed and very territorial, and so he is going to attempt to sting Cloaky Boy. Son of a biscuit! It's a 9.
Unfortunately, that doesn't hit.
Yeah, so he flies in and circles him and is trying to look for a spot where his skin is, and just dives in with his little tail, and realizes that he misses. There's shadows and stuff, and him's the baby. Him doesn't really know how to do it.
Does Lauren get to turn invisible as a bonus action, or is that an action?
I don't have any record of his invisibility on here.
I wonder if I made up that he could turn invisible.
If that's what he can do, though, we can keep it.
As
I'm
the
down.
DM, you have that power.
Let's make it a bonus action that Lauren can turn invisible.
Okay.
I feel like
Since
that's
he's so little.
yeah.
Okay, so he turns invisible and goes and is behind Cloaky Boy in a safe place.
Cool.
You know, safe enough. He's just unseen. So then Bill goes and pushes past Mo. It's a 16.
All right, who's he pushing past? What's he going for?
He was pushing past Mo to get to Cloaky Boy, and his intention is to bite him.
Okay, he does hit.
Okay, so he hits, and then Cloaky Boy needs to succeed. He needs to do a strength saving throw.
Cool.
Okay. What do I have
He
to
needs to beat a 13.
It did not beat a 13.
So he is prone. Cloaky Boy is prone.
Yay, Bill! He's the bestest boy.
Loving that. And then he's gonna do his damage is 4. So he also does 4 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, Bill tackles Cloaky Boy, and Cloaky Boy, who was already off balance and leaning on the altar, Bill just woof,
No.
and he tackles Cloaky Boy to the ground. And I think his hood does fall back at that point, and you do see his gray-haired man bun. And he does drop his dagger at that point.
Yes.
Awesome turn, Delaelia.
Well, Team
Now-
Delaelia did very well.
Team Delaelia. Now it's the Jackalware's turn.
Oh, great.
Meh.
Great. So I know who you're aiming that at.
Oof.
Bruh.
So I think what Mo is going to try to do, Delaelia, is he's going to try to bite you and drag you further into the chamber, because you guys are kind of, you're in this little chamber right here. I think he's gonna, no, actually, let's say Mo is gonna try to bite you and like drag you across the chamber to this. He's gonna try to bite you and drag you this way. He rolls a 23. So
Yeah, that
Mo
hits.
goes for Delaelia, and he is going to dig his maw into her shoulder and push her back up against the wall. You're not pinned, Delaelia. He's just moving you so he can get a better put you where he wants you, so that he can fight you easier. So he bites you and moves you back with his turn. So it's 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And he growls, and you hear him, Delaelia, you hear him like chuckling, like it's a growl chuckle. Because he's a jerk. Curly is going to try to attack Theia. No, okay, so Feliks, you went for the Cloaky Boy, and Bill's with the Cloaky Boy. So I think Curly's gonna feel like, oh shit, I should go save my leader. And he's gonna go for Feliks. So let me again roll. He's gonna just try to bite you with his big teeth. He rolls a 3. So he tries to bite you, Feliks, but you're too short, and his jaws snap in the air above your head. Your feather is fine, but he misses in his attempt to hit you, Feliks. And then finally, poor little Larry over here is not feeling good. So he's gonna stay in this corner and try not to die. He's blood just profusely. Yeah. He's not in good shape. All right, so
that's also what Delaelia looks like.
oh no! So that is the end of the Jackalware's turn. Princess Theia, it is your turn.
So can I do like an investigation check on that knife that just got dropped?
Yeah, but you would have to move closer to it so you can. Yeah.
Well, okay. So then, before I even worry about that, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor because shit's getting real.
Good.
I'm gonna cast it on myself, I can find it. So my AC becomes 13 plus my dexterity modifier, which let's see what that is. 1, so 14.
That's not bad.
Is that
That's good.
yeah?
That's pretty good.
What is that? That's just my armor class, right? So I can just bump that up to 14.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. And then I'm gonna. Can I run toward the knife and do a check on it, or is that too many things?
There's a lot of things in your way. There's a couple of jackal.
There is. I will remind you that your friend did just get attacked by a jackalwere, and now she's like up against the wall.
I mean, I can't do anything, can I? Can I try and pry him off of her? Because I don't. I mean, I've got a dagger, but it's not silver tipped. Sorry, Delaelia, I don't want to abandon you. But I am gonna move out. I think I'm just gonna move out in the general area so I can see everything, and I'm gonna do a perception check to just see if there's anything out there that I should know about.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate everything.
What'd you roll, Theia?
I got a 7.
So I think, Theia, you're just a little overwhelmed. You have the instinct to cast mage armor on yourself, I think just as like a self-defense mechanism, because you just saw your friend get bitten and slammed into the wall by this big jackalwere, and you move out of the way and into the other chamber, and there's just a lot going on. There's a jackalwere that just tried to attack Feliks, and there's your brother on the altar just looking very pale and bloodied, and it's just a lot. You see a lot happening, but nothing in particular that tells you anything more that you didn't know before.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
All right. So it is the Cloaky boy's turn, and he was prone at the end of his last turn because of Bill. So he has to take his whole action to stand up if he wants to get back up. He's going to grab the edge of the altar and pull himself back up. And I think what he's going to do is he's looking around on the floor to see if he can find his dagger. I think that's all he's going to do, is he's going to pull himself up and grab his dagger and stand up, but that's his full turn. Okay. And it is Feliks's turn again.
Okay, so Feliks is first he's just going to point his sword at he dodged who tried to bite him? He dodged Curly's bite, and then he just points his sword at the Cloaky boy, and I'm gonna try and do an intimidation. He's just going to just point his sword up at Cloaky boy, and he's going to say, "Call them off, or I'll cut you down right now." And that's a 21.
Feliks!
Yay!
Yes. He means it. Like there's the blood's pouring down the sword. You know, there's still jackalwere blood on it. Like, he means it.
Wow. Okay, so Cloaky boy looks down at you, Feliks, and he raises his eyebrows in surprise at your boldness. This tiny gnome man with his bloodied sword, and then his eyes narrow again. He smirks at you, Feliks, and he says in a low voice, "I'd like to see you try." And he chuckles.
All right. And with that, Feliks is going to take a swing at him. 14.
Ooh, that hits. That just hits.
And so, he tries to stab him in the gut.
And you hit him, Feliks, and I think he's smirking at you, and he's chuckling, and you just stab him in his gut, and his smirk falls, and he staggers back, and your sword slides out of him, and you have hit him for 5 points of stabbing damage.
Get it.
He does not yet look bloodied, and in D&D speak, if he's bloodied, it means that he is at half of his hit points or lower, but he does not yet look bloodied.
Oh my god! I'm so upset!
And Delaelia is very bloodied. Just so everyone knows.
Ramsey, since Ramsey is in that back room, he's gonna try and ram Mo again. Yeah.
Do it, Ramsey.
Go for it, Ramsey. And so, come on, no whammies, no whammies. 11.
Oh, it almost hits. It's like 2 points away from hitting. It is Delelia's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to try to shoot him. I cannot right now. I'm so irritated. I got a 9. Obviously it didn't work, and another arrow just went flying off into nowhere. That's fine.
I think it's that you like are trying to hit him, but it's an awkward position, and so the arrow hits the ceiling and then bounces back down onto the floor, right in that same room with you.
So I'm going to go to bite Cloaky Boy as Bill. Bill's going to go bite Cloaky Boy again, but he got a 13. Bill got a 13 to hit.
That just hits.
For damage, that's 4 damage.
Where's he biting, Delaelia?
In his throat.
Whoa! Bill goes for his throat, and now this guy does look bloody. There's blood dripping down his throat, dripping from his abdomen where Feliks sliced him.
Lorne is going to go attempt to sting Cloaky Boy again as well. So that's a 16.
That hits.
Target has to succeed on a DC 11 saving throw. Constitution. Also the 13 from Bill. That's a strength saving throw.
Okay, so I'll do Bill's first. So I've got to get higher than a 13 strength for Bill. I did. I got a 15.
Okay.
And then for Lauren, what do I have to get higher than? 11?
Constitution higher than 11.
I did. I got a 12.
Dang it. Okay, that's
Sorry.
fine. But he does still do a little bit of damage. Not very much. But him's better and him's trying to do that. So it was 5 actually. That's max damage for him.
That's awesome.
Hey!
Yeah. Oh no, it's not. It's 6 would be max, but still very good.
Very good.
So yeah,
Good
good
boy.
job, buddy. And then he backs off again and goes invisible.
Where does Lauren sting him?
In his neck, his bloody neck.
So he's got Bill hanging off of his neck, and then he feels the sting in the back of his neck. This guy is screaming, and it sounds really creepy because you can hear the blood like in his throat. Yeah, it sounds really gross. He's screaming in anger.
That's so nasty and satisfying.
And Delaelia,
Mhm.
you are still in the room with this jackalware. You're still in there with Mo. And as you are pressed up against the wall, you've got your arrows on the floor just behind him. He is towering over you from inside the chamber behind Dashing, up against where the temple meets the tree. Everyone who's in the chamber will see it, because what happens is from the wood of the tree starts to ripple, like it's become almost liquidy, and from the tree emerges a large white and green wolf.
Yes.
It leaps from the tree. It leaps over Dashing. It leaps over Cloaky Boy and the Jackalware and Feliks. And Theia, it lands right next to you. So you get like a moment of seeing this just massive wolf with fur that becomes leaves, that becomes vines, that becomes fur. And it is majestic AF. And it rushes past you, Theia, and it jumps on Mo, who's right in front of Delaelia, and it grabs Mo by the throat and pulls him away into the other chamber and begins to tear Mo apart.
Thank you. Oh.
Holy shit, we made it! Guys, that was the hardest episode to edit that I've ever had to edit. Hope you liked it! How will our heroes finish off their mysterious foe? Is Dashing even still alive? We'll find out together next time on Spellbound. Songs in this episode include, but are not limited to, Spellbound, Spellbound Part 2, The Fae, and He Has Escaped by Vindsvept of Bandcamp.com, Malicious, Vanishing, Impending Boom, Decline, Investigations, Dark Dance, and Nerves by Kevin MacLeod of incomptech.filmmusic.io. All other songs by Alexander Nakarada of Serpent Sound Studios. All sound effects from zapsplat.com. Links and license in the description. Until next time.
What a bunghole.
I know.
Sorry, she just had the cutest smirk on her face when she said that, and I just need everybody to take a moment to acknowledge
Aw,
that
man,
was
I missed
fucking
it.
cute. It was like a sideways smirk. It was good.
Pew 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 pew.
All right, let's
Pew,
roll
pew,
initiative.
pew. Yeah.
Which
I'm gonna do my rolls physically about my own person.
Oh God.
Whatever puppet music we need, we're doing it.
Bim, bim, bim.